Hello guys, this is my duel versus Mrgametheory. We did the first one on the tournament quarterfinals. I won, then we did one duel later on, just a ladder duel in the league, and he beat me there. And this is our third duel. As you can see, we are having a long discussion. He actually wants to play small map duel, which is ridiculous. Small map is like for 8 players map, even it's huge. I don't want to play that, it's pointless. If you want to play duel, then you play at least a tiny map, because this small maps make no sense. And he actually saying, yeah, it's so funny to hear him say, we should try a larger map to see if you know how to play. I mean, like, like if I can play the game, like playing a duel on a tiny map is just a rush game, and yeah, I like those kind of demeaning comments because especially because I don't know, in every game that he played or I saw him play, he actually just rushed. He played always Rome. He rushed for legions and chopping a whole map and just killed everybody on the map with that, So just spamming builders, settlers, legions, and finishing the game quite easily. So yeah, it's so funny that comment, but what can you say? Doesn't matter. So then he picked inland sea map, which is heavily biased. It gives a much better starting position to a player who is on the corner, not on the long side, because of more space, wider map at start, so you can actually just build much more cities very early in the game. In general, you have much better map, because on the long side of the inland sea you get a lot of tundra and things like that. The belt which you can settle is actually quite tight. So I proposed to him to go Pangea map because, well, I think it's the best option. Hellbringer Pangea 2.1 is at the moment the best option you can have for duels. So yeah, finally that's what we did, and then I proposed to him we do some banning of civilizations and stuff, so we can avoid the abuse and things like that. And then he doesn't want to do that. He just says, okay, just pick your leader. So if you play like that, it's really not interesting, and it's always the same, Like the first duel tournament we played, everybody was picking Rome. So almost whole tournament, you had nothing else but Rome versus Rome versus Rome versus Rome. It's so boring, but it was it was important, so nothing else to do. So yeah, I proposed to him some bands, Germany, Rome, Sumeria, of course, because those three are super super strong in duels. Of course, there is a Scythia, there are a few other cities like Aztecs are really strong as well. So yeah, still having an ongoing discussion, like takes ages to start again. I mean, so finally I say, yeah, I see, I see there is no way to really create, you know, normal game. I would say normal game would be beat without some abusing civilizations, but yeah, finally we go for mirror Rome, and then and then I was like, whatever, I just want to play this game. I've been typing here for half an hour just for nothing. You know, seriously, it's just a game. And he was like, yeah, if I want, he will mirror Rome. Well, he played Rome from the beginning of the game, you know. Yeah, like he's doing it for me, you know, because I'm a nice guy. He likes me, so he'll pick Rome from me. So nice of him. Yeah. Anyway, we are finally playing. It seems we are going tiny map, mirror Rome, and start is happening just now. And yeah, I would say that if the map was tiny map is quite large, so if we happen to be quite far from each other, which is possible to spawn further, then Rome is not the strongest. I would say Germany is, or yeah, a few other cities are also quite strong. But Germany is super strong in those because of Hansa's and +1 district per city and things like that. So strong for development. And since in duels you can and you must actually spam cities, that means that cities will not grow so much. Well, then in that case, +1 district per low population city is huge. As you can see, I have a really nice put for my capital. And I was thinking, is this abundant the resources or legendary start? I wasn't sure, but anyway, this spot is quite awesome. There is a lot of everything around, and I have some forest to chop, which is also super strong. That's why I moved to the left, just because I wanted to have an extra forest to chop a start. And you will see why is that so important. By the way, I don't consider Rome the strongest because of the legions, even though they're super strong and with stacking generals and everything. That's it's just abuse. I didn't even use stacking generals. I never used it. Just too boring. But I think they are really the strongest because of this early culture boost. It's so important. You get all the great stuff. The policy is much earlier than everybody else, and you can combine them so well to grow your empire super fast in the best possible way. You always have the right civic for whatever you want to do. If it's building settlers, builders, or army, whatever, you always have the right civic because you get so many of those civics, and that's super important. Other civics get much slower growth because of that. Also, the instant roads everywhere, the extra gold you get from trading posts and stuff like that. It's super important. Right now I took Fate directly because I probably wanted to have camps +1 food. You see how many elephants do I get there around my capital. Usually I would postpone it. I would take production because I would prefer to discover the map, and once I revealed the map, I would know what's the best option for me, from pantheons. But in this situation, checking the map already, yeah, I definitely think about taking +1 food for camps. See, I'm trying to grow my city a bit more because I'm definitely going to chop wood for settlers. So yeah. This position is quite good for late game as well. If you can see all the mountains left of me, you can get some campuses there. It's really great for development. As you can see, I chopped the first wood for that settler. Even though later you can get better production for chopping wood, because you could get different policies which give you production boosts. I still chose to chop this one right away, because that first settler is quite important to get it out early and just start with 2 cities, let's say. It's really important. Maybe this settler is a bit too early, but yeah. Usually the best thing would probably be to put one squad first. Right now, for example, if he does come with some military unit, I have nothing to protect my settler, and that would be maybe blocked. I couldn't get out of the city. Depends which unit he came with. And my warrior is far, my settler is not around. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I could, like for emergency, chop that wood right there with where my builder is. But it wouldn't be so good to chop it for a military unit. Actually, it's better to wait one turn in this situation, because in one turn I get a 50% production bonus for military. So I should next turn probably chop it and get the military unit out, plus big production overflow for the settler. It's probably the most efficient way to do it. Yeah, also I could build a builder and get the overflow for a settler. Yeah, that's a good one. So I get the builder out, build improvements, and I start the settler right away. I gained only one turn on the settler, but the builder up is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Because my city will be population 3 soon, and it will need to have, I like to have directly 3 improvements, 3 tiles improved for that. So as you can see, I have the horse there, I have the sheep, and I have the third wood to chop, and that's for one settler as well. That's for one builder as well. It's a good combination right now what they have. And you can see that settler is going around the forest up there. It's because I didn't really want to risk it to go across the forest and then across the river to settle there, even though that that spot was closer to my capital. And actually, the first settler, the first city, it's really good to build it as soon as you can. And now you see, I found him. So maybe it was not such a bad idea to actually go around that forest and not go across on his side. Now I still wasn't sure how close he is, so I don't know, should I go directly military science, or I can actually still develop and go for libraries and stuff like that. Now you can see I will again build one builder and then switch to settler and get it in one turn. It's like a combo you can do when you have 30% bonus on builders. And in this case, this builder can go directly to Ravenna and clean up. Here are his borders, that means you are quite close by.
That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose.
So in this situation, I know we are close by. That means I need to take some good settling spots, actually. This one has one charge left, and for that one charge I need to take the best tile possible to upgrade. And that is the elephant, which is on the north east side of my capital. And you see this settler, he's going to take a really important position towards him. I finally get early empire, but I already have 2 settlers out. So. But imagine the other civilizations which have to play with actually with early empire much later than Rome, because Rome gets direct culture boost from the start. So it takes them much longer to get those 50% settler production bonuses. Now you see I discovered that warrior, and I know I need to take that middle position as well for the settler. In this case, if he settles around his warrior, then I wouldn't be able to settle right there on the river where the spices are. That wouldn't be so good. And as he moved his warrior, he cannot see me there anymore, so I sneaked in my scout. Okay, now this is now I have a 3 population city with really high tree yields, as you can see. That improved horses, camp on the jungle and the hill, and sheep. That's what I like to do really early to get the maximum out of my cities. And you can see it will be building units really fast at this point with 50% bonus production. Too bad my builder couldn't pass directly to Ravenna up there, because it could really speed up the development of Ravenna. I already have 3 tiles that I can work there. As you see, 2 double stone and Kaki. See, I cannot move because I moved once into his zone of control. I was confused there what's going on. Why can't I move? I still have 1 turn. And you see the position right there, it's perfect. I took 1 builder, that builder was really nice acquisition. It will be good for my cities. Right now I need to chase off that warrior because I want to settle my next city right there where he is. Now in this situation, since I know we will both go for legions more or less, it's super important to actually to get the iron working as fast as you can, and then get those warriors upgraded if you have the gold. And with Rome you usually do have the gold. See, now I know how close we are. I know I won't be able to build too many cities now before the war, so I'm getting some army first, and then after that, if I can apply really good pressure, well, in that case I can actually. See, now I'm thinking: do I go down to attack that warrior, or do I go up and protect my builder from his scout? I wasn't sure if he's lurking around there somewhere waiting to snatch my scout. But I'm thinking this warrior has to die because it's in a bad position for me. I definitely want him out of the time. He's just in the middle. See, now I went for the horses because I was kind of afraid and I wanted to have that option. But then again, if you look at my map, I only have 1 horse, so it's not like I can actually build horsemen. that was kind of a mistake. I could go for chariots later on. They are not that good compared to. I would prefer a legion tank. So I could go for political philosophy, or what was the name of the civic. It would be a better choice in this situation, I think. You see, I'm getting a few slingers more because I will be upgrading all of them into archers and applying pressure at start. And slingers one turn, well, it pays off. In this situation, it's really important. It's like you get to the you must find the balance really. For what do you want to do? Do you want to build a settler, or for one settler you can build 5 units in capital easily? And that's a thing to consider. Because if one player builds a settler and the other one builds 5 units and attacks, well, it's a touchy situation. It's not easy after that to defend. You can see there are 4 turns and I already built it 1 turn, so it is actually quite a lot now at this point. And I'm thinking I would prefer my city to grow because it keeps it's being stuck at 3 population. That's why I would just like to grow it a bit. See, I'm considering God of the Forge, but I think God of the Forge is bugged. It gives bonuses to both players, so it's kind of pointless to take. I'm not so sure. I still took it.
I don't underrate the value.
Yeah, nice pop-up there, right in the middle. And now I'm already moving with my units. I go for 50% settler production, even though in this case it's just 1 turn advantage, so that's not that big. I guess it's better to take the +1 production per city in this situation because it's +3 production actually in all cities. See, now I can get because of production overflow, I can get 1 campus there instantly for 3 science, and that's really good because if you take a look, I gain 8 science per turn. 3 science more is quite a lot. It's like 40% or something. So I definitely want to use that advantage. And here comes the upgrade. Here come the upgrades. As you can see, I already have a sizable army. There, I'm thinking of chopping, but I don't have the bonus production on builders, so I will be getting much less than I wanted to actually. Right now you see I'm going for bronze working, so even though I don't have much gold to upgrade my warriors, I want to get the bronze working to see where my iron is and to start with legions as soon as I can. Because imagine now I get no iron in my borders and I have to build 2 more settlers for 2 iron or whatever. Oh, that would be so bad. It would delay my attack and everything. He's on the chopping mission, of course. What else at start? In duels at start, that's what you have. And as you will see now, I will build a city which will also be able to make few chops. Now I will be able to change my policy again. This very turn, so hopefully I remove it from the settler production. I don't need any more settlers. this point anyway, even though there are several spots for cities. I can live without. And finally I go to political philosophy. Now I'm hesitating to move because I know there is still that settler behind me, and I wasn't sure where he was. It did not reveal all the map. It was kind of risky for me. As you can see, he took those courses, so it was kind of sure that he's desperate about it. He needed it badly. Especially because those horses are risky ones, just next to me, next to my army. And you see, I forgot one thing, and that was a mistake. I forgot to change my policies from settler production. I should have done that, definitely. And here comes his settler. It's so good that I moved my units in front. If I didn't, he would be able to settle next turn. Right where my warrior is, right there, he would be able to settle. So it was actually his mistake not to move on that spot. And if he settled there, he would block my position. He would block my settler settling. Because I wanted to settle just where my slinger is. So right now you see he had to move, and that changed a lot of things. At this moment, since he probably has horses, he doesn't have yet bronze working. That means he doesn't know where the iron is yet. That's also really important. Because that settler could take a potential iron spot. Oh, I actually decided to go for one more settler. Okay, so it wasn't really a mistake. I forgot I wanted to build one more city. I don't remember that part. He has horses already, of course, so that means I know for sure he has no iron. As you can see, the horses are really strong. But once you get the upgrades with archers plus strength for land units, it gets really interesting. You get to do quite a lot of damage even on units like horsemen. So if you are able to control the battlefield with, with warriors positioned nicely and everything, it's still hard to play with horsemen. It's not so easy. As you can see, we have lots of rivers, so that's really good for me. Those rivers will have my units. It will block off his horsemen a bit.
I'm also interested in creating a lasting record.
And he survived with nothing. And look, I discovered iron, so that was super important to discover. Once I see that, I block his settler right away. He was maybe going to settle on that iron, but I stopped him from moving there. So that was really important in this game. And then you can see that I have second iron and third iron also there behind, which means if I stop him from taking his iron there, it might be no legions for him. If it is no legions for him, well, that's super bad. Right now I'm in a really good spot, and yeah, I can do whatever I want. I have a decent army. The only thing I don't like here is that I did not discover any city states, so I should actually have more scouts or anything like that to actually find those city states and get their bonuses. It's quite important. See, now considering this city, I actually could chop that wood, but I decided to improve the stone first. You see, I took 25 gold off that horse, which is really good. Start 25 gold is important, especially now since we are fighting already a war. So yeah, definitely something I enjoyed. See, he's hitting me there, but it's not really good fighting. I guess he needs that horse resource really, really bad. But, when you look at it, that was my mistake. You see there, since I moved that archer in front, I couldn't take my city archer and move it and shoot his horseman. So that was my mistake. I definitely should not be playing like that. You see here, I discovered a great spot for a settler, so I decided to go back to settler production. And that's that archer in my city actually has unit promotion, so it was really bad of me not to give him the promotion or block his movement as well. So I kind of did a double mistake there with that archer in fighting. I most definitely should have planned that better. See, I kind of wasted the turn with that archer completely. Right now you see that warrior, well, it's in front, but I'm happy to lose it for one horse of his. So I don't mind having that red HP warrior there. Really don't mind. As you can see, he rushed horses, but it wasn't really such a good strategy. Not on this map anyway. Look at how many rivers there are. I wasn't really in a rush to upgrade this warrior because simply, yeah, I didn't mind losing it at all. As you can see at this moment, I have quite a sizable army. And now the important thing is planning everything out really well, so that I can actually take that city. And I'm trying to figure out what are the best positions to put my units, so that they have defensive bonuses, plus they can shoot, at each position there. I have quite good positions for attack. There is nothing else you can take except oligarchy at this moment because of the mini unit plus 5 bonus. It's quite important. Right now, as you can see, my top settler will go on his iron. That way I can secure it and make it really difficult for him to take it. Right now I'm being quite patient. I do not want to lose any units, and so I can afford to just apply pressure on him and shoot slowly. You can see my city didn't grow for me to build an encampment there, so I decided to go for first trade route. And you see, wherever he puts his units, I can apply more pressure, always more pressure. So I'm thinking now, how do I distribute this pressure? You see the way I move, all of my archers cover everything, and even if he attacks my archers, they get terrain bonus, defensive bonus, and everything. So that's a really good position for me. Right now I'm feeling really good about this attack because I don't see much coming from him, and especially no archers. So that means he will not do any damage to me which will not be returned. As you can see the score as well, he doesn't have that many cities. I guess I blocked off that last settler which wanted to build first towards me, then the iron, and now he went somewhere else. So he's trying to stall me with his units, buy some time with warriors and everything, but considering how many archers I have, it doesn't help him much. And you see he's just losing a lot of units and not gaining anything. He does not damage my units, he does nothing, he's just waiting there. He doesn't have a way to defend it. It's obvious for me he doesn't have a way to defend it versus it. Doesn't know what to do. And that's really a lot of archers, so it's hard. It's not easy, definitely. You can see here is that's the same settler which I blocked already 2 times, which means now he will try to settle again. And I'm thinking I must settle faster on that island before he can settle there, because I will again block his settler. Yeah, right now we are 3 hexes away, so I definitely must settle before him. And you see his spot. He chose a nice spot. He could settle on the rice there, and that rice would give him 3 woods to chop, which is really good start. He can get so much out of it. And I was spamming B just to settle, of course, really fast. He killed me 1 unit, but it's really nothing. Since, yeah, as you can see, everything he has is dying. Right now I saw his city, so I decided to build a small army and attack it on that side. It will be quite easy because it's kind of isolated and he needs to worry about my main army there. As you see now I have legions incoming. So this is kind of a really good rush tactic. First you go for a lot of archers, some warriors to support them, and then after that you enter either with a chariot or with horsemen, and in this case, since I have legions, well, that's my best option, so nothing to think about there, it's a no-brainer. As you can see right there, he has 2 units only, he can do nothing with 1 horse. It's not even worth attacking an archer or something. He did kill that scout, but that scout was there for that. He was there just to take some damage. See, now I'm checking my experience with that warrior. That's because I want to move him across the river on his side. And I'm thinking, should I do that right now? Because next turn I could heal him, next turn he decks, and that would be really good. So he would waste a turn, attacking turn on that warrior, which would heal instantly, and I would be able to shoot with all my archers. That would give me a bigger damage. Right now, important thing is that I save all my archers. They are getting upgrades, all of them, and they are getting stronger. And once I have legions in front, then it's really too much. At this stage, it's too much. See, he's getting a encampment, which is good news for me, simply because that means he was not building army. And now I can finally chop this wood. I was waiting for a long time to chop that wood. See, he moved back with his horseman, and he healed him. means I can quite easily now. This archer has a promotion as well, which is really important. Means I can also move forward with it, but it's better that I move with my warrior first to protect it as well. As you can see, this is a nice spot. It's luxury, two luxuries actually. There's some forest, it has iron, it has wheat. It's all good. Some hills. As you can see, I'm going for currency, but in this situation, it's a Rome, so you can kind of build a lot of army without actually having to worry for finances.
The poets have
And here we come. Shopping mission is on. Right now, as you can see, I will be going for that left-hand city. I'm thinking now, should I block, move behind to block eventual forest chopping from his builders. Here comes the legion again, and another legion on turn, so you can see that city is really strong. Strong production, and chopping that wood gave me a lot. Considering his number of units, this is really game over actually. Unless he has some like 5-6 units behind his city waiting to enter and slaughter my army. See, again he moved in front, which was a bad decision, but there is no point in moving there. That warrior just sacrificed for I don't know what, and that enables me now to move my archer and my warrior again on the better position. You can see the warrior gets instant promotion, which is awesome. So right now his city is down, there is nothing to be done there, and I will apply pressure on Setia up north as well, which doesn't give him many options really. In this situation it was a really good rush, and now you can see, since I have a lot of units which are actually they have two movement, slower units. Ideal thing would be to finish off this rush is to simply go for some really fast chariot archers. In that way I would be able to bring reinforcement really fast and just go and run wild around his empire, just pillage everything and make his empire suffer a lot. Pillage all the roads, pillage all improvements, get builders if he's having any things like that. I could just go around with chariot archers, and also of course help kill his archers if he makes any or anything like that. It's really important to have kind of mobility around his empire. And you can see there, once those 3 units are in place, I will be able to easily take the city. I could have been hitting that city with my warrior as well, but I didn't want him to try to reinforce the city, so it's kind of, I didn't want to scare him too much there. I preferred waiting few units. Right now you can see I have a big empire, I have a lot of army, I feel good about everything, so at ease. So I'm even getting campuses thinking if this game gets any longer I will have some nice advantage. So I'm already thinking in advance.
wealth consists.
And right here you can see I did not have a chance to move my archer because of course this is another mistake I made. I could have shot the city now this turn, but yeah, I moved in the wrong spot. And right now he sees my top army, he sees my bot army is quite big, a lot of legions. He does not have legions because I took his iron there. So yeah, I think not much to be done from his side actually. At this moment, yeah, that's kind of it. So he gave up the fight. that's it. GG. You could see some typical rush game because we were quite close, and he also gave me the opportunity to rush him easily. I did not see his map though, so I don't know how good it was compared to mine. But anyway, GG.